Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Chrysalis Invictus Tarot, and we're just going to do a general reading. So whatever the title was will give you a little bit of direction, more direction than I have right now. Currently, I'm calling in your guides, my guides, our ancestors, energies, entities that wish to come and deliver messages to us. We are sending healing. Healing and gratitude to those who have brought these traditions forward. And we ask to be guided through this reading in a way that aligns with our highest good. All right, so there was a contract that was binding you, whether this was a contract of, this is weirdly sticky, magnetic, this is very sticky. The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about moving away. And there's a sense of mourning, of being drawn away, of having moved, having to go through a storm to get away. And this is a period of where inspiration has been lacking, where there has been a disconnect from your truth, your spiritual fire, that fire in your belly. There could have been a period of depression or some depression-like symptoms in that way, or, you know, again, always in my readings, it's on a spectrum. So for some of you, it's going to be just a lack of energy, and for others it could be full-on depression. And what was buried underneath all of that was this this fire, this determination, this power, an adaptability, a malleability to this creative force and charisma. It was almost like you've been disconnected from this charismatic aspect of yourself and the courage that comes along with being that person. Almost like you've had to put a face forward that you are not so confident about, a face forward that is something that you like to keep hidden. This could also be that there was someone in your life, someone that has come into your life where you cannot hide from them. You cannot hide that part of yourself. But I'm feeling more like the circumstances in your life and moving away from a certain way of being, maybe a certain community, a certain job, a certain relationship, meant that you were... Okay, so you were pulled in many different directions. This moving away has been it felt directionless. It felt like you were tossed around in the waves, going in two different directions at the same time, and pulled at by all four corners, like drawn in so many different directions. So you could be in this right now, or you could be coming out of this. Yeah, and it's it's a trial of the spirit. It's a trial of your will, your soul, to come into presence, into being, to integrate the past self, the one that suffers, the past self who lost inspiration, with the present self who is trying to navigate the future self that is coming into being. Community, building together. The boundaries of your placement in this world have been stretched, have been drawn out. That's what this moving away was. That's why you felt like you were pulled in all corners, because you were expanding. You were expanding, and staying in this charismatic energy, or in a space that you were comfortable with, wasn't serving you. It was actually holding you back. It was keeping you stuck. But then as we've shifted, as you shift through this energy, as you move through this cycle, there's movement ahead. There's a community ahead. There's a project that you are going to be working on and building. So I want to know more about this project, this Three of Pentacles. The Magician. Okay, so this is something that takes a deep amount of understanding of the schools, okay, the schooling perhaps, but the skills and abilities that you have developed over your lifetime. So this is going to be a project where you are going to have a surprising amount of skill and ability with it, and maybe you had never considered something like this before, or you had considered it, but it wasn't. It's almost like it's just been cycling inside of you. So it's like you think of doing this project, or you think of bringing something into your life, and then it disappears. And you think of bringing it in, and it disappears. What else can we know about this? But this is a big deal, this project, this Three of Pentacles. Something you are building with others. Something that is Page of Cups, that is full of love, youth. It could be working with something to do with children. It could be something that you felt, again here, that you felt was impossible, that you felt was beyond you. But maybe it's that we see these people, like you needed the right people to make this project happen. And you just didn't have the right people before to make this project. Let's see what else. What else piece about this piece? Magician, Page of Cups, Strength. Again, I see the Lion here. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to do this. So maybe you're overcoming. With this here, I feel like there's an overcoming of a stage presence, or being in the attention of other people. So maybe you are being called to sing, dance, public speaking, something of that nature. It's definitely from the heart. Something you're called to do from the heart. And before now, it has felt like something that's too scary. Maybe that's why it gets shut down. Yeah, and then and so crossing that boundary, stepping on that stage, doing whatever it is, you just need to take a small step toward it. You just need to do one small thing. So for instance, okay, I'm going to use, let's say you write poetry. You step on stage and do some spoken word poetry. And it's that one small gesture that's going to, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. So you know what the Band-Aid is. Yeah, this is like Nine of Cups. It's a dream come true. It's gonna feel so refreshing to finally let this out of yourself. It's like it's bound up inside of you, and you have help with this. You have the Magician. This could be spiritual help as well. For some of you, this is about coming into divine inspiration in yourself. You'll know. But I feel like there is at least one other person who is farther along in this process than you, who is going to help you to step on that stage, or is going to provide you with the opportunity. There's someone that's going to provide you with the opportunity, and someone that's going to bolster you as you go and like step on stage, for instance. And if it's not something like that, it's about speaking up. It's about delivering a truth, stepping into your power. For some of you, it could be saying, I love you to someone. Yeah, and this begins the process of, so it looks like you're going backwards from the 9 to the 8, but it begins a process of never going back to this process of leaving certain things. So there was this like past cycle that put you into this a specific kind of low point or depression where you're tossed around in the ocean. You'll never have to go back in that boat again, is what I'm trying to say. You never have to go back in that boat. We have 2 cards of leaving. But in this situation, it's like, yeah, you just won't go back to the person who never stepped up on that stage, who never took that chance. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards just to round out this reading. It's funny, I'm doing a class, I'm filming this right before I teach a class on courage, and I feel like this entire reading is about courage. So go figure. If you're ever interested in the classes that I teach, I do yoga and meditation, guided energy healing. All of that information is in the description box below. And I'm so, so grateful for all of your likes and comments and for subscribing. It's really a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to experience. Okay, so security. Yeah, this situation is moving you into a different space when it comes to the material and spiritual connection. So with the Magician, whatever this is for you, and because it's a general reading, I can't say specifically. If you want a personal reading, again, my information is down below, but there's something about this that feels exciting. So it's really going to kickstart that feeling of excitement to get you up out of a funk. If you were in a rut, I can't believe I said a funk. But it also has this sense of like the cosmic connection with the material world. So being able to materialize your dreams. A lot of Sagittarius energy here. So there's adventures, freedom, enlightenment. This is the path. This is the path that you're taking. Whatever it is that you are opening up to is it's almost like it's opening you up to an entire new hallway of doors. So before you had all of these different doors, and maybe you've been going around closing them, you've been exploring those different doors. This is a whole new hallway. This is a whole new thing. This is a whole new world for you. A kind of freedom, a kind of relationship with your spirituality, your cosmic connection. By that I mean, you know, the unseeable things, your thoughts even. Your thoughts are, your relationship to your thoughts is shifting and changing here. So this could be a new relationship to anxiety as well, a freedom from certain things that have been heavy or holding you back. I'm seeing that as well. If you watch my channel regularly, I don't know if you noticed, but I do go through cycles in what cards I prefer. Lately, I've been using the same cards over and over, which is unusual for me, but I don't know. These ones are working, so gotta go with it. Koi, we had this the other day. Abundance, move with the flow of abundance around and through you. Wow, yeah. So you are coming into flow by breaking out of this. And I think it's going to feel really good to come back into that fiery, beautiful King of Wands energy. I definitely know that there's some of you who, there's certain piles in different readings, and you'll know if it's you, where this message is what? Shadow work. This message is almost replicating one of the piles I just did. Shadow work. There are no shadows without lights. Yeah. And this is like, I mean, this is everything that you're coming into. It's actually a more comfortable relationship with that flow, because once you come into this abundant flow and you're able to stay there and live there, the shadow work, it still continues to go on. It's not like we arrive at this place where we're done. It still continues, but you're in the flow, so it's part of it. Like, it's like my shadows are myself instead of my shadows are this other place that I reach to. Oh my goodness, look at this card. Speak your truth. With the sun here, this radiant energy, there is something inside of you that other people, that you are meant to share. And so whether this is share, so sometimes that is, again, let's talk about spectrums. Sometimes that is on a huge scale. Like, you know, you're meant to share this with millions of people, thousands of people, hundreds of people. But sometimes it's just like with the people around you, that's how we affect change. I also see a lot of sacral work happening here, a lot of solar plexus and sacral root work. So your lower chakra is coming into a better sense of foundation and safety within yourself, and feeling safer in yourself, feeling protected by your inner masculine, feeling that balance with, you see through all of these cards, this beautiful blue that's running in the background, that beautiful blue of feminine, intuition and that flow, and so this is really speaking of having a balance again with the cosmic and the material. But with Speak Your Truth, it says, have strength, faith, and conviction in your voice. It has never been more needed. That sums up this entire reading better than I ever could. So I'll leave it there for you guys. Thank you so much for joining. And if you have not subscribed yet, please give a subscribe. I make a wide variety of videos. Anyway, take care. Bye.